Good to have you join us on News Central, reaching you live from Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Felicity Ezewike. News Central now begins in West Africa, where President Muhammadu Buhari has reaffirmed his commitment to making citizen security paramount, saying that he is prepared to lay down his life for the country. Buhari said this on Saturday during a special broadcast to commemorate Nigeria's Democracy Day, June 12.
As you approach the day I joined the Nigerian army, I was prepared to lay down my life for Nigeria. As you are present, I remain ever committed to upholding and defending Nigeria's corporate existence. In adhering to the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy, notably Section 14, subsection 2b, I shall do all within my power to ensure that the security and welfare of the people remains the primary purpose.
The Nigerian president, who says his decision to change the nation's Democracy Day from May 29 to June 12 was to show his administration's commitment to satisfy the aspirations of the people and to promote democracy.
When this administration decided to change Democracy Day from 29th May to June 12th in my first tenure, it was not only to honor the sacrifices of the men and women of our country who fought for the return to democracy, but also to demonstrate our commitment to satisfy the aspiration of the people and creating an environment for democracy to be an accepted way of life. As your president, I remain committed to providing an enabling environment for a free, fair, and credible electoral system under my tenure.
In the meantime, Mary Chinda filed in this report on Moshood Abiola, the man behind what is today being celebrated as Democracy Day in Nigeria.
Not just another ordinary building in Lagos, Nigeria. This symbolic building played home to Africa's chief MKO Abiola of the Social Democratic Party, the winner of Nigeria's June 12, 1993 elections, who was allegedly murdered by the government of the day. Up until his death in July of 1998, this used to be the bedroom of the man MKO Abiola. Now, this place provided him all of the succor during his political struggle with the then military government of Nigeria. As Nigerians remember June 12, this man, MKO Abiola, continues to remain an evergreen memory in the minds of family and friends.
I will fight for peace, and I will get peace. But you see, we do not want the peace of a graveyard, a peace whereby somebody continues to ride on the rest of us with a gun. We will get peace, but we'll get peace with decency and integrity and honesty and probity and democracy.
He had a lot to be proud about, but he never forgot where he came from. So he was rooted to his core. He realized that he was only what he became because of the country. So he felt he had to give back to the country. And I think that's really important. And we understand that Nigeria is our collective responsibility. My father just was in front. Doesn't mean the people that are behind him are useless. No. It means that they're all moving in the same direction. I think that's really important, now more than ever.
The name Moshood Kashimawo Olawale Abiola doesn't only resonate with Nigeria's older generation, but with today's youths.
As a young Nigerian, Abiola means a great person to me. Abiola is a great person to me, rather. And he would have taken us out of this trauma that we are going through right now.
Abiola represents democracy to me. He's that symbol we all should look up to in terms of democracy. He did quite a lot for the democracy we all are enjoying today.
It was in 2018 that the Lagos State government publicly honored the memory of the late MKO Abiola with this beautiful 46-feet statue. However, beyond the bronze statue, older Nigerians say the 60-year-old leader is being sorely missed.
Here was a man who grew out of poverty and became very wealthy and became a philanthropist. He shared his resources with the greatest majority of Nigerians who came around him. And he was good and large-hearted. And that was why he came across all the four corners of Nigeria as a lovable character. If the election had not been annulled because it was a Nigerian mandate, then the process of making Nigeria a united country would have been better experienced. Furthermore, if that election was not annulled, the process of turning Nigeria from being a country to a nation could have been possible. Up to today, since 1960 till now, Nigeria remains a country, not a nation.
We saw an Abiola that exuded confidence. We saw an Abiola that was ready to carry the message of the ordinary man on the streets.
They say Nigeria's government must walk the talk if the original dreams of its founding fathers, which was to make Nigeria the giant of Africa, must come alive again.
Thank you, Mary, for that report. Now, Nigeria's Unity Fountain, located at the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, was almost the scene of a fracas as pro-government supporters almost lynched an anti-government protester. Both pro-government supporters and anti-government protesters had converged on various points at the city centre to mark the Democracy Day in their own special way. However, those protesting against government were dispersed by anti-riot policemen over claims that there was a crackdown. There was rather a breakdown of law and order. Our correspondent, Amadine Uyi, reports.
June 12, Nigeria's Democracy Day. All Nigerians agree it is a day to reflect on Nigeria's democratic journey after decades of military rule. Many also believe it is a day to appraise the nation's democratic enterprise. For residents of Abuja, the day started with heightened security presence, severe traffic gridlock, as soldiers and policemen mounted strategic checkpoints, mainly to stop criminal elements from converging on the city center. At the Gudu area of Abuja, anti-government protesters converged to express their displeasure over what they described as a shortcoming in governance.
I want to speak. I want to express myself. The reason why we are gathered here today is because today is Democracy Day. Today is 12th day. Today we have a situation in our country where protesters are attacked, where people are killed on a daily basis. Look at how innocent people are killed in Zamfara. Look at how innocent people are killed in Kebbi. Look at how innocent people are killed in Kaduna.
They were shortly dispersed by anti-riot policemen. At the other end of town, the popular Unity Fountain, pro-government supporters also converged, citing their own reasons.
We're celebrating that today we still have a country we call our own, democratically elected government.
We are here to celebrate, to enjoy ourselves, to mingle with one another, to appreciate the existence of democracy. From 1999 to today, 22 years without any interruption without any interruption from the military or whatsoever.
The protest venue was almost the scene of a clash, as one anti-government protester, who apparently found himself within the crowd, was almost linked by pro-government supporters.
Against the president does not mean I'm against the country.
He was rescued by the police. The pro-government protesters carrying several placards with various inscriptions, which revealed their message saying Nigeria has not done badly.
Go to any country that they are suffering war and see what is happening there. It's not everybody that will get what he wants, but apparently in Nigeria, they have to thank Almighty God. Go to places like Somalia, like Libya, where they are having conflict, where they are having crisis, and see how people are living there. So you will appreciate Nigeria if you go to some countries.
Democracy is a journey, not a destination, and we continue to be united. You know, if you come here, people are asking whether it's a political party. I said it's not a political party. Everybody is here, whether you are from any party or you are any party. Everybody is here celebrating today as a Nigeria.
They task all Nigerians to continue to pray for the success of government. From Abuja, Amadine Uyi, News Central Television.
Thank you, Amadine. It would have been a peaceful democracy day all around Lagos State, save for the quelled protest at the Gani Fawemi Park in Ojota area of Lagos. Now, officers of the Nigeria Police shot bullets and canisters of tear gas to disperse a crowd that marched on, chanting songs of solidarity. News Central's Bernard Akede was at the protest ground and brought back this report.
What started out looking like a quiet day turned out to be a dramatic and eventful democracy day.
The police is beginning to shoot tear gas canisters. That's the third one going up. If you can hear me now, the police have just fired 3 canisters of tear gas.
The Gani Fawemi Park in Lagos, Nigeria's commercial capital, was the scene for a planned protest scheduled for June 12, Nigeria's New Democracy Day. The day commemorates the annulment of the election won by MKO Abiola in 1993, an election that many have tagged the freest and fairest election held in Nigeria, and some Nigerian youths decided to air their grievances at what they called bad governance. The park was peaceful and quiet initially, but later a crowd of protesters soon approached, chanting songs of solidarity. The police soon swung into action, shooting canisters of tear gas and shooting bullets into the air to disperse the crowd. Some protesters were apprehended but were later released.
Police wanted to confine us to that space, which we felt was not too safe for us because, it's middle of nowhere. But they said there are hoodlums there. But we believe all Nigerians are partakers in the sufferings of the land right now. As far as we are concerned, the hoodlums are products. They were made hoodlums by this system. So we don't recognize hoodlums. But we always insist that our protest must be peaceful. Our statement must be made very strongly, but in a very peaceful manner. Because when you allow it to degenerate, it distracts attention from what we're actually saying. My appeal is no longer to the deaf and dumb politicians. My appeal is to Nigerian people to come out, to begin to say in their millions. And that's what we did in June 12th. That was how we forced out the military. Exactly. It is time we come out again to say enough is enough.
The crowd of protesters later left the area as more police personnel arrived and took charge. Other parts of the state remained peaceful and calm as most Lagosians spent the rest of the day indoors. Bernard Akede, News Central.
Staying with Nigeria's Democracy Day, the country, particularly Lagos, may not have witnessed the usual hustle and bustle in various parts of the city, particularly the markets. While most markets in Lagos had a serene atmosphere, one of the biggest food markets in West Africa was an exception as business was as usual for traders and buyers. News Central's Omolola Ololade visited some major markets in Lagos and compiled this report.
I want to speak. I want to express myself.
The June 12 proposed protest in Nigeria may have affected different activities going on in various parts of the country, but certainly not the Mile 12 market. We're here at the popular Mile 12 International Food Market, and today, which is supposed to be the proposed protest, this place seems to be busy as usual, especially it being on a Saturday. And we're surprised to find out that people are still coming to buy and sell on a day like this compared to what is happening on the other side of town, where it is pretty calm and quiet. The management of the market explained that the market cannot be closed today, especially as there was no official instruction from the federal government to this effect.
Today is June 12. We thank Almighty Allah as our customer enter our market, because we are not among of June 12. We are my 12 market people, and we not join June 12. Even in the north, we call our people to bring the good in Lagos State, because this is my 12 market, and my 12 market is international market, and we're not among of June 12 market. We're not among of June 12. That is why.
Although vendors are of the opinion that the activities happening in the market was not affected by the protest, they complained of the reduction in sales from buyers and the increase in the prices of some food items.
June 12 is not affecting our market because we are selling normally, like every day. We are selling, and people come out to buy our market as we are selling like other days.
Nime 12, Elomi wasiwaja, Elomi wasiwaja. Amaso oro albasa olosoke. Tori Elomi kuwa kuko, waja kuwa kuko bi ti last week. Ekanto shelenya.
However, some of the buyers explained that they are aware of the Mile 12 opening on a day like this, so the protest could not have stopped them from stocking their homes with food items.
This market is a major market. This is the source. If this market is dry, the whole Lagos will be hungry. So that is why no matter what is happening in the states, Mile 12 market will keep working.
No, I just want to come buy small things. I just want to come and see whether it's real or not.
Tomato tẹ́lẹ̀ 8,000 7,000 tó bá máa wá wọn la máa rà ní 12 sí 15 35 tí mo ṣe rà láàárọ̀ yìí 35 ni tábàdọ́jà tábà ń lé wọn á rò pé bóyá wà là ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ nǹkan tá a rà ní kán ṣàánú wa.
While the Mile 12 market continued to be a beehive of activities today, other prominent markets in Lagos, Nigeria, particularly the popular Balogun market, was completely deserted. Although different markets across the metropolis seemed calm, hopefully things will return to normalcy in this market as it is in Mile 12 today. Omolola Ololade, reporting for News Central.
More reports for you. Democracy Day in Lagos, Nigeria was quiet and unusual. Now that's because of the pockets of protest that greeted different parts of the city. News Central's political correspondent Mary Chinda spent a lot of time monitoring the proposed major flashpoints of the protest on the Lagos Island part of the city and filed in this report.
It is an unusual Saturday in Lagos, Nigeria, a Saturday of little vehicular movement and a lot of fear. Fear of an imminent protest against bad governance by youths on Nigeria's Democracy Day.
Whose rights? Our rights! Whose rights? Our rights! Whose rights? Our rights! Whose rights? Our rights!
There are rising concerns that a protest might lead to another bloodshed reminiscent of the October 20 NSAS protest at the Lekki Tollgate area that ended in a bloodshed. It is 7 a.m. and this is what the Lekki Tollgate, a supposed major rally point for protesters, is looking like.
7:30 a.m. right here at the Lekki Tollgate in Lagos, southwest Nigeria. Now, ahead of the purported June 12 planned protest, there is not a protester in sight right here at this time, only a heavy presence of armed policemen.
It's a quiet day with fewer persons on the streets. Several shops and marketplaces shut down around the Lagos Island. The general atmosphere is that of fear of the uncertainties that may arise from another protest. These residents of Ajah on the Lagos Island say they are not interested in any protests.
We are not protesting in our area here because I don't know the meaning of protest for. You understand? Our area is cool, fine, everything is going well in order. Nobody is protesting.
Because I could remember that time of NSAS, the end of that protest of that NSAS is not something that all go well. So I don't think protesting is going to be the best way to change the government.
But not for these protesters found on the other end of Lagos mainland, Ikeja. For these ones, the dictatorial leadership plus the current ban of Twitter makes a protest long overdue.
We have learned a great deal from the NSAS movement. It has taught us how to organize. It has taught us how to mobilize. It has taught us unity and strength.
I had to stand in solidarity with my people. The silencing of the youth will never be tolerated. We will always take the streets.
We cannot afford to let Nigeria die. Nigeria is in the intensive care unit. And if we don't rescue Nigeria, Nigeria is definitely going to the undertakers.
As these protesters continue, albeit peacefully, the ideals of the man, MKO Abiola, winner of the June 12, 1993 elections, experts say is what Nigerian leaders must replicate.
The man, MKO Abiola, has been lying here for the last 23 years. On a day like this, June 12, his message should have been just one thing. Let's have a Nigeria where true democracy reigns. From Abiola's personal home in Lagos, southwest Nigeria, Mary Chinda reporting for News Central TV.
Thank you very much, Mary. Let's go now to Imo State, southeast Nigeria. Residents have appealed for peace to enable the state to recover from a series of traumatic events as it celebrates Democracy Day. Some residents say they were hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic and the rising insecurity. They also said continuous attacks by gunmen had crippled some businesses in the state, particularly bars, restaurants, as well as hotels. The governor, Hope Uzodinma, in his Democracy Day address, also sued for peace in the state.
May I use the opportunity of this occasion of our Democracy Day to appeal to everyone to sheath his sword. I believe that as brothers and sisters from the same state, we can resolve our differences amicably without resort to violence. Imo State has been known as the bastion of hospitality and peace. We should collectively come together to rebuild our state and build its economy. With what has happened, investments are jeopardized and may soon take flight. Our youth are losing the few jobs they have. This should not be the legacy we should leave for our children. In the spirit of democracy, I am willing and available for any meaningful dialogue that will bring an end to violence in our dear state.
A bit of sports now. The Danish Football Association says midfielder Christian Eriksen is awake in hospital after collapsing in the Euro 2020 match against Finland. According to tournament organisers, UEFA, the 29-year-old's condition has been stabilised. The Denmark versus Finland match was suspended before half-time after the Inter Milan player fell to the ground and received emergency treatment on the field. The Group B match in Copenhagen restarted at 7:30 p.m. and Finland won 1-0. That's all on the news at this hour. Do follow us on social media. We are at News Central TV. You can download our mobile app on App Store and Play Store. You can also watch us live on Star Times channel 274, Alpha TV channel 23, and on YouTube. As always, thank you very much for watching.